High above the world, where the earth rises beyond breath and beyond certainty, a solemn line of simple Buddhist monks advances along a path carved into the bones of the mountains. The air is thin, the silence immense, and the distance between life and abyss is measured only in inches of fragile wood laid across unforgiving stone. Beneath their feet, the clouds drift like a white ocean, erasing the memory of the valleys below. Above them, jagged peaks pierce the sky with ancient authority, unmoved by the passage of centuries. The procession moves slowly, deliberately, each step taken with devotion and unwavering discipline. These simple Buddhist monks carry upon their shoulders a sacred palanquin, a structure aged by countless pilgrimages, polished not by ornament but by time and reverence. The sacred platform is heavy, its presence both spiritual and physical, demanding balance, unity, and endurance. Their pace is measured not by urgency but by ritual, not by fear but by faith. The wooden planks beneath them cling desperately to the cliff face. Some boards bow under invisible weight, others tremble with each careful step. Time has carved deep cracks into the path, leaving spaces where only courage bridges the gap. The monks do not hesitate. Their movement is calm, steady, as though the mountain itself guides their rhythm. The cliff drops endlessly beside them, a silent reminder of consequence, yet their focus never breaks. The sacred palanquin sways gently as the procession advances along the narrow gallery etched into the rock. Generations have passed along this same perilous route, each step echoing through history. The stone bears the faint marks of hands that came before, worn smooth by devotion. Each monk moves as part of a living chain, bound not by rope or metal, but by shared purpose and silent understanding. A thin dusting of snow clings to the ledges and hidden corners of the cliff. It gathers in shallow grooves and settles softly across ancient stone, softening the harsh lines of the mountain while concealing subtle dangers beneath its fragile beauty. The simple Buddhist monks advance without distraction, sensing the uneven texture beneath their feet, adjusting each step with careful precision. Far ahead, the line of monks stretches into the pale horizon, appearing almost endless. Their figures dissolve gradually into the mist, merging with the mountain's vast silence. The sacred palanquin remains at the heart of the procession, carried with unwavering dedication. Every movement honors an ancient ritual preserved through centuries of devotion. The cliff path narrows further, forcing the monks to move in perfect harmony. The wooden planks appear skeletal, their structure reduced to the bare minimum needed to continue forward. Some boards are fractured, their edges jagged from time's relentless erosion. Others bend subtly under weight, whispering quiet warnings into the still air. Despite the exposure, despite the immeasurable drop into the cloud-filled void, the procession continues without interruption. The simple Buddhist monks do not rush. Their patience transforms danger into discipline. Each step becomes an offering, each breath a silent prayer carried into the open sky. Carved recesses in the rock reveal ancient corridors shaped by unknown hands long ago. These passages provide brief shelter from the exposed ledges, yet even here the mountain asserts its dominance. Narrow openings allow only a single line of movement. The sacred palanquin must pass carefully through each constriction, requiring precise coordination between those who carry it. The vast emptiness beyond the cliff emphasizes the vulnerability of every step. There is no sound of civilization, no sign of the world below. Only the faint rhythm of measured footsteps and the quiet murmurs of whispered mantras accompany the procession. The mountain listens but does not respond. As the path curves along the cliff face, the elevation reveals layer upon layer of distant peaks rising above the sea of clouds. The landscape feels infinite, untouched by urgency or noise. The simple Buddhist monks move through this silence as if time itself has slowed in reverence to their journey. The sacred palanquin bears marks of long pilgrimage. Its surfaces show subtle textures shaped by age, each imperfection a testament to countless processions that have passed through similar heights. The structure feels anchored in tradition, its weight symbolic of continuity and spiritual perseverance. Small fragments of stone occasionally loosen from the cliff above, falling silently into the unseen depths. The monks do not react outwardly. Their discipline maintains balance even as the mountain reminds them of its fragile generosity. The wooden walkway appears barely sufficient, yet it holds firm beneath their careful progress. The procession reaches a section where the path has partially collapsed, leaving irregular gaps bridged by uneven boards. The simple Buddhist monks adjust their spacing, distributing the weight of the sacred palanquin with quiet coordination. Their steps remain synchronized, their focus unwavering. Cloud shadows drift slowly across the cliff walls, painting the stone with shifting tones of pale gray and silver. The environment feels alive yet indifferent, ancient yet fragile. The monks move forward with humility, acknowledging both the beauty and severity of the path. Each turn in the cliff reveals new heights, new distances, new exposures to the immense emptiness below. The air grows thinner, sharper, carrying a clarity that heightens every sensation. Even the faint sound of foot against wood echoes softly into the surrounding void. The sacred palanquin remains steady despite the precarious terrain. Its presence unites the procession, reminding each monk that the journey transcends physical challenge. The ritual continues not because the path is safe, but because the path itself is part of the devotion. The cliff face bears subtle carvings partially concealed by snow, dust, and time. These markings hint at the passage of countless generations who undertook similar journeys, each leaving only faint evidence of their determination. The monks follow the same tradition, adding their silent presence to an unbroken lineage. As the procession moves deeper along the mountain, the wooden path becomes increasingly narrow, hugging the cliff with minimal support. Some planks creak softly, their aged fibers responding to the careful pressure of each step. The monks adjust instinctively, preserving balance through patience rather than haste. The horizon stretches endlessly, merging sky and cloud into a seamless expanse of pale light. The mountains rise like islands from this white ocean, isolated yet connected through invisible continuity. The simple Buddhist monks move through this elevated world as if walking between realms. The sacred palanquin glides forward, supported by unwavering dedication. The structure carries not only physical weight but the essence of ancient tradition preserved through discipline. Each monk contributes equally, their unity transforming fragility into stability. The cliff reveals new overhangs sculpted by centuries of wind and silence. These stone formations create shadowed corridors through which the procession must pass carefully. Even within these narrow passages, the abyss remains visible through gaps in the path. Snow gathers lightly upon the wooden boards, softening their texture while subtly increasing the difficulty of each step. The monks adapt naturally, their deliberate pace maintaining control over uncertain footing. Their calm presence contrasts with the stark danger surrounding them. Far behind, the procession continues without interruption, stretching beyond visible distance. The sacred palanquin remains the focal point, its slow movement defining the rhythm of the journey. The mountain offers no comfort, only the challenge of persistence. The path rises gradually, tracing the contour of the cliff toward even greater heights. Each step elevates the monks further above the clouds, increasing the sense of exposure and vulnerability. Yet their discipline remains unchanged, guided by ritual rather than fear. Ancient grooves carved into the rock provide occasional footholds where the wooden path has partially eroded. These sections require precise coordination to maintain the stability of the sacred palanquin. The monks move as one continuous motion, preserving balance through shared awareness. The silence surrounding the procession feels sacred, unbroken by distraction. Only the quiet rhythm of movement and whispered devotion accompanies the